Welcome back, everyone. We are live, and it is Friday evening. Welcome, everyone. Let's let the YouTube algorithm kick in for a moment here, and we will get the ball rolling shortly. But thank you so much for joining us. All right, we got some people hopping on. Hello. Happy Friday. We have some news to discuss in today's live stream. Alrighty, we got some people hopping on. There we go. Okay. YouTube algorithm kicking in. Hello, My Earth family. Yes, I was going to address it, but My Earth family knew it right away. But let me just do a quick sound check before. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. We got a lot of people. All right. There we go. Numbers kicking in. I'm surprised you folks. It's almost midnight here on the East Coast, and we have some big numbers this evening. Thank you so much for hopping on. Yes, so My Earth family already addressed it before I could even get it out of my mouth. Yes, we did go full platinum there. If you recall, if you've been watching carefully with the hair, we grew it out for a bit, for like a month, then got a cut recently. But before that, I did, in fact, bleach it, but wasn't exactly platinum. It was more of a yellowish blonde as opposed to this platinum that we just unveiled here on tonight's live. Hello, Michael Mendez. Hello, Jin. Hello, Aviolela. Lela, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Don't massacre me. Thank you so much. Alrighty, folks. So thank you so much for joining us. It is Friday evening, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm sure most of you will be watching this when the weekend does start by tomorrow. And we have some news to discuss in regards to Social Security. And before we do get started, just do a quick sound check. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Say your city, state, location, whatever you want to tell us. Country you're tuning in from, just in the live chat there or the comment section if you are watching the replay. Definitely let us know where you're coming from. And as always, give this video a tremendous thumbs up. Smash the like button. If this video gets to 500 likes, we will do a cash giveaway where we give away $100 to a few of you lucky subscribers. So bear that in mind. And if you haven't already, but if you're watching right now live, you will probably already be subscribed to this channel. But make sure that you are subscribed and have notifications turned on. Once we hit 20,000 subscribers, which, folks, at the pace we're going at record pace. I think it could be very, very soon that we hit 20,000 subscribers, in which case we will do another cash giveaway. So a couple opportunities for you folks to get some free cash, some free money. With that being said, hello, Michael. Well, we're going to be talking about Social Security. I would probably encourage you to watch the last video where we discussed the payment schedule in regards to SSI, SSDI, Social Security. I'd probably encourage you to watch that after this live stream. The link will be down below in the description. And Jin coming to us from Pennsylvania, and My Earth family coming to us from Nashville, Tennessee. Awesome. Fantastic. And we got some more people going on. Thank you so much. Alrighty, without further ado, let's get started and dive right into today's quick update in regards to Social Security. So we had a lawmaker who is rather progressive, right? You tend to find her on the progressive side, siding with the progressive caucuses and Democrats. And she has a demand, and she didn't mince words. She was very clear and blunt in her calls for Social Security changes. This was just this week that she appeared and spoke in regards to Social Security. And she has tweeted out in the past, over the last few years, even pre-pandemic, fiercely, vehemently advocating for Social Security. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Jen. You know the drill. You know the protocol by now. This lawmaker, Pramila Jayapal, some of you may not like her. Some of you may be on her side of the aisle. But the fact is that she is continuing her fight and pushes to see Social Security changes happen in the Congress. And ultimately, that would have to pass both chambers and then signed by President Biden. But she is continuing her fight, and she's not backing down. She's not letting anything get in the way with her. She's not getting distracted by the midterms, which a lot of politicians are, especially the Democrats, because they know they're in trouble because of Biden's approval numbers. Whoa, what happened there? I think that's new to me. How'd you do that with the orange there? I think that might have been a little magic trick there, Storm Ops. I've never seen my name in orange like that with the emojis. That's pretty cool. Let me know how you did that, because can't figure it out. Oh, I guess okay, I got it. I just got the joke. I guess maybe it's an anime joke and he's referring to my hair, probably something to do with anime, I guess. I happen not be a fan of anime, but okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Alrighty. So, privilege, we like to have fun in live streams, folks. Doesn't all have to be strictly business. Of course, we can have some fun. So, Jay Paul demands vote on the bill to expand Social Security by making the rich pay. So, that's how she thinks that this bill is going to pass, by probably taxing heavily the wealthy. But let's take a look and see what's going on. So, one group argued that passing legislation to boost the program's benefits would make it clear to voters that Democrats are working to expand Social Security, while Republicans want to destroy it. So, Representative Pramila Jayapal, who is the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, or the CPC, urged the House Democratic leadership on Tuesday to hold a vote on legislation that would expand Social Security benefits by making wealthy Americans contribute more to the beloved New Deal era program. That's how old Social Security is. Quick history lesson for you folks. In 2022, Social Security contributions are capped at the first $147,000 of wage income, meaning that much of the income of millionaires and billionaires is exempt from the program's payroll tax. In other words, they don't pay you into it. People who make $1 million a year stopped paying into Social Security on February 24th of this year, according to the Center for Economic and Policy Research. In a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who tends to be a bit more moderate, siding with President Biden on issues such as student loans, for example, whereas Jayapal is definitely more on the progressive side, more left-leaning. Jayapal notes that across the board benefit, or rather the across the board benefit increase proposed by Representative John Larson's Social Security 2100 Act, a sacred trust, that's the name of the bill. We've discussed that a few times on this channel, would be, quote, paid for by making millionaires and billionaires pay the same rate as everyone else by ensuring the payroll tax is applied to wages above $400,000. In other words, they want to see the ultra wealthy, and not just necessarily the super rich, right? When we think of the super rich, we think of multi billionaires like Bezos and Musk, but rather just high income earning Americans that tend to be in the upper middle class or upper class that might make a few $100,000 a year. Basically, these lawmakers are pleading that these Americans also pay into the payroll, rather pay the payroll tax. So that would ultimately fund and expand Social Security, and would be able to, definitely make it more inclusive for so many more Americans, and make sure also that it doesn't get depleted, right? You've seen the reports that Social Security is going to be depleted by the year 2030 or 2035. And unfortunately, that would not be good news for the program, because that might mean that Americans, and that's of course the lower income, the impoverished Americans, are going to have to take a pay cut on their Social Security benefits, and we would never want to see that happen. And I hope that Congress doesn't let that happen either. Certainly, Michael Mendez, that Sanders is on the progressive side as well. True, true. He's definitely a fighter. He fights for a lot of issues, Social Security being one of them, but he has a lot of issues that he wants to see taken care of in the Congress. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw the most recent report. This was from like the other day, that he has not ruled out a 2024 presidential bid. So that would be quite interesting if he runs again. He would be quite old if he were to be the president come 2024. I mean, I think that would be Biden off the top of my head. I think that is correct. So basically, this is what Jay Powell's letter said. Quote, this bill's rapid adoption by the House of Representatives will demonstrate Democrats' commitment to furthering the legacy of President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, so invoking his name, and strengthening the most important anti-poverty program in American history. It increases benefits across the board at a time of higher inflation, protects low-income seniors, widows, and widowers, ends wait times for those with disabilities needing support, and more. And of course, Jay Paul, in the same letter, is saying that Republicans do not support any of it, that rather Republicans are against expanding Social Security, even as millions of seniors are struggling to survive. So this is in regards to Representative Larson's bill, which was the latest version, which was introduced in October. Currently has 201 co-sponsors in the House, so it is popular. It definitely has a lot of lawmakers on board, and probably has the best chance of passing out of any of the bills that we've seen and also discussed on this channel. Notably, Pelosi and House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, the second-ranking Democrat in the lower chamber, are not among the legislation supporters. So those are definitely more moderate Democrats. Not necessarily you would find them in the Progressive Caucus. They are against the legislation, but perhaps they're for other pieces of legislation, or maybe it could be negotiated. We'll see what happens. But just so you know, Pelosi and Hoyer rather, are not for that bill. A companion measure in the Senate, led by Senator Richard Blumenthal, a Democrat from Connecticut, has just 4 co-sponsors. So if you do the ratio there, definitely Larson's bill has a lot more support among Democrats and the Congress. And now, according to a summary released by Larson's office, Social Security 2100, that's the name of the bill again, would provide a modest benefit increase, quote, equivalent to an average of 2% of benefits to make up for the inadequate cost of living adjustment since 1983. The bill would also adjust the existing COLA formula to protect Social Security's tens of millions of beneficiaries from inflation, which is currently at its highest level in decades, and set the minimum benefit at 25% above the poverty line. So hopefully it would outpace inflation and protect seniors and the disabled from this rampant inflation. And hopefully they can actually make some money and have some money left over at the end of the month, as opposed to all of it just being flushed down the toilet to living expenses and whatever costs may come, including medical very high. Jayapal argued, quote, the expeditious House passed legislation will show the American people that Democrats are delivering on their promise to protect and improve this life-saving program. Then the official Progressive Caucus Twitter, tweeted, quote, today our chair at Representative Jayapal is calling on House leadership to bring a bill to the floor to strengthen Social Security and increase benefits. John Larson's, this is the same tweet, Social Security 2100, a sacred trust, makes urgently needed improvements to the program and protects it long term. So basically the caucus there is touting their leaders and vying for more support of these bills. Jayapal's demand came weeks after Senator Rick Scott, Republican from Florida, the chair of the Senate GOP's campaign arm, unveiled a legislative agenda that would sunset all federal legislation after 5 years. This is a policy that would result in the repeal of Social Security. Quite excessive, if you ask me, from a Republican who's not very popular. Republicans are against expanding Social Security, even as millions of seniors are struggling to survive. This is what the progressive advocacy group Social Security Works tweeted Tuesday, and they want to sunset, aka terminate Social Security within 5 years if they gain control of the Senate, which could happen this November. Granted, that's a bit of a alarmist attitude there. I don't believe that if the Republicans were to take back the Senate come this November, I don't believe that they would immediately terminate Social Security. That's a bit of a political soundbite, but definitely both sides going at each other right for the throat. Let's just check on the chat in a minute here. That's again. Anyone else than Trump? We were actually in better shape with Trump compared to Biden. Anyone else? Well, inflation did start under Trump slightly. We didn't see it as aggressive and rampant as we're seeing it right now under President Biden. Definitely the pandemic abetted and assisted some of that inflation, but we did see some minor increases of inflation starting basically the embryonic stages of what we're seeing now. We did see some of it under Trump, but certainly gas prices, of course, were not this high, and we can go through all the costs. They definitely were lower under Trump. Whether or not that is attributed to the White House administration at the time, that is up for debate, but we will move forward here. And what else do we have? So Jayapal concluded with that it's time for a vote on protecting and expanding Social Security. Not only is Larson's bill the right policy, it is also smart politics for Democrats. Make it clear to voters that Democrats are working to expand Social Security. Meanwhile, Republicans want to destroy it. And Social Security Works, that advocacy group, applauded Jayapal for demanding a vote on Social Security 2100, noting that 90% of House Democrats are already co-sponsors of the bill. Again, prevalent support there. So that is, Putin is to blame, according to Michael. Quite interesting. Certainly, the gas prices and inflation started before Putin even thought about, or at least did invade Ukraine. So that's a debate to be had. Certainly if you just look at the numbers, it's not even really a biased view or opinion. If you just look at the numbers, gas did start to go up well before the invasion of Ukraine. So I wouldn't completely 100% attribute it to Putin, but I know that's what Democrats are using as far as their defense strategy right now with the midterm elections and high gas prices. And that's basically the same soundbite that we've heard quite repeatedly now for quite some time, ever since it happened. But up for debate, and certainly economists could take sides on that. So while this may not bode too well, this update, because it didn't necessarily indicate any action coming anytime soon, it does bode well still, because that means that lawmakers have not forgotten about the American people, right? They still want to see changes made to Social Security. So it's great that we have leaders like Jay Paul who are continuing their fight for the American people, for elders and seniors and the disabled and people that can't work. So it is great that we still have lawmakers, even in the midst of this election season, that are still fighting for the American people and want to see these changes made and are vying, maybe not every day, but quite consistently, for these bills to be passed and ultimately see change made. So we'll see what happens. That's where we stand right now. The bills are stagnant, right? Nothing has necessarily passed, but we do have a lot of co-sponsors on Larson's bill. So we'll see if that makes any movement, if it gains any traction, any momentum. We'll be sure to update you folks right here on this channel. You'll be the first to know. And thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed in the recent days. We've gotten a lot of new people on board, some new faces. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, give it a tremendous thumbs up, smash that like button. I would appreciate that. Share it with a friend, get the word out, spread it on social media, whatever you want to do. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on. We post videos every single week with no exceptions and no excuses. We never miss a beat. So make sure they have those notifications turned on. Ring that bell. If you want to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms Robinhood and or Webull. You'll get some free stocks, some of them valued up to thousands of dollars in some cases. So let us know what stocks you get. And if you want to connect with me on social media, I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Connect with me across all platforms down below in the description. The links are there. Look forward to connecting with you on social. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care, my Earth family. Thank you so much. Everyone have a great weekend. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care for now.